Hi, Cail. Not the note we want to start the season on, but I'm curious, do you want the players to kind of take the short-term memory avenue and leave this one in the rearview mirror, or are there some points of this game that you really want them to reflect on before Tuesday?
Oh, we'll reflect on it for sure in good and bad ways. I thought that there were some excellent things at the beginning of the game in terms of our first period, probably our first half of the game. I thought we did some good things. And then as the game got out of reach, I thought other things crept in on the negative side that we really need to learn from. It's our first game, so we got to take as much as we can from it and learn and start helping the players grow.
We'll head over to Patrick Williams, followed by Mike Gold.
Hi, Coach. Is there a tendency sometimes you haven't played a game in 11 months, guys are coming out, they're really fired up, that perhaps they're trying to do too much and not really staying within the structure?
I think there is a tendency, but I didn't see that early, to be honest. I thought that we did the right things, and I thought that we were sort of controlling the play and putting the puck where we needed to. We managed it quickly and effectively. And then, as you mentioned, Patrick, when things started to go out of hand, then you see that kind of thing creep in, and all of a sudden you see poor decisions, and things start to snowball a little bit there.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cail, hi, Coach. That was Dustin Wolf's first pro start and allows 5 goals on 11. But do you think the stat line sort of accurately reflects the battle that you saw from him today?
I think that it is... I don't think so. I think that Dustin, he played hard. I think he didn't have much luck tonight. There's a little bit of a bad bounce, couple bad bounces early. And there's also some he wants back. I know that, for sure. But at the same time, it wasn't his night. It wasn't our night in that respect in terms of the goals finding the back of our net. So he's worked really hard. He's got great habits in practice. Would like to see him get off to a better start, but he's got the reinforcement of all that work and that attention to detail that's going to allow him to be able to bounce back. And despite, having a rough start there, I think he'll be just fine.
Can I have a quick follow-up if that's possible?
Yeah.
Okay. With all the moving parts going around, with Domingue coming back down and all that, was the plan always to go with Wolf for today's game?
The plan in the last couple of days was to go with Wolf.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
We'll go to Darren Haynes, followed by Wes Gilbertson.
Cail, you had 3 guys in your top 6 up front playing their first pro game. That's always kind of a big jump. Would you just maybe evaluate how those 3 looked?
Sorry, go ahead.
I just said first impressions.
First impressions, some good things. I think that there's, when we talked earlier with Patrick about taking some of the good and bad out of this game, like there's going to be some things we take on both sides for our young guys in terms of, I thought that early they did a good job of sort of sticking with our identity game plan that we wanted to utilize in the first period. But as things wore on, you could see some things that stuck out that are, details and habits that we have to make sure the guys catch on to quickly. So it was really important to get a game in so we can have some sort of real ammunition in terms of video and good examples against an opponent on the importance of stopping on pucks, the importance of getting things out, the importance of not overpassing a puck. And I think that the young guys, well, they had... they had solid games. They played a lot of minutes. At the same time, there's going to be areas for all those guys that we gotta sort of impress upon them that now that they're in pro hockey, they got to be better there.
And just as a follow-up, I mean, I know Emilio and Dimitri have been here and practicing for a long time, but there's no substitute for game action, is there?
Absolutely not. And that's why, I want to be honest and let you know that those are things that these guys, we've already talked about with the team, so it's no surprise. But at the same time, there's no substitute for games. They haven't played in nearly a year. And it's also, in their cases, it's their first pro game. So add all those things up, and I think I talked about being patient going into this game, and I still believe that. I think that we want to take what we can and really learn from it. So I think the most important thing for those young guys is to have that growth mindset that they're going to learn from this game, and they're not going to, rue over it.
Cail, maybe you just kind of answered this question in general terms, and I know you've spoken about Dustin, but when you talk about not kind of ruining over a game, can I just ask, when you do get a chance to speak to him, what your message is going to be, knowing this didn't go quite the way he hoped it would?
I think that my message is going to be, what did you learn from this experience? And tell me about, what you took from today's performance, and, help me understand, what you're thinking there. Because the bottom line is he's a good goaltender, and he's worked very hard. And he pays a lot of attention to getting things right and being the best he can be. So I don't have any advice for him that's gonna blow his doors off. I think it's just a matter of talking to him, saying, hey, share with me how you felt about that, and let's talk about it and say, okay, what did you do well? And then what can you do better next time? Is there an area that you see that might be a difference making area in order to get a good start under your belt the next time you go?
We have any more questions for Coach? Mike, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, last thing I want to ask you, you guys went, I think, 0 for 2 on the penalty kill tonight, and but got a power play goal at the last second, and I was just wondering if there was anything you're going to be looking to build upon in particular when it comes to special teams.
Definitely. We want to keep that momentum going on the power play. We know that Toronto's very aggressive on their penalty kill, and I thought we did a good job of making sure that we can try to capitalize on that. Nice rush goal there. And at the same time, so keep that momentum going. On the penalty kill, we got unlucky with the bounce off a skate early, and then the second goal, I need to see that again. I think we need to make some adjustments on that one. But special teams obviously are so crucial that we're gonna dig into those on both sides. Full trust in our assistant coaches handling both areas, and I think that we want to carry that power play momentum, and we want to try to stem the tide here on the PK.